यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानंद माधव। कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं? Who says Bhagwan doesn't come? When we call upon him like Meera, he comes running to us, and so let's call upon him. Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodaram, Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodaram, Ramanarayanam Janaki Vallabham, कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं? कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं? तुम मीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं, तुम मीरा के अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरम्, अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरम्, रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभं, रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभं, रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभं। श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया की प्रेम से श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की। ओम साजं प्रवर्ति सन्मुक्तं वज्रायोधितं मया, दीपं गृहाण देवेश त्रैलोक्यतिमिरापः, त्रैलोक्यतिमिरापः। As you remain standing, we welcome Vyas Maharaj. Om Namostute Vyas Vishal Buddhe Purana Vrindayat Patra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharat Tena Purna Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradeepa। प्रेम से बोलो श्री व्यासाय नमः। व्यास महाराज की। As we perform Vyas Puja, I'll ask for a few more bhajans to be sung.
Which one are you using on the bass? The bass, the 50 on the bass.
मल्लकारी सुगंधिनी मल्लिकानी वै प्रभु मायकानि पूजातं मुनि पुष्पाणि शरणं पठामि।
Govinda Madhava Gopala Keshava
Govinda Madhava Gopala Keshava
Govinda Madhava Gopala Keshava Jai
गोविंद राधे गोपाला
गिरिधारी गिरिधारी जय राधे गोपाला
गिरिधारी गिरिधारी जय राधे गोपाला
प्रेम से बोलो सियापत रामचंद्र की जय। प्रेम से बोलो श्री बांके बिहारी लाल की जय। Let us please clap our hands, close your eyes and bow heads. As you focus on the divine, Maryada Purushottam Sri Bhagwan Krishna. As we take a deep breath, we leave all of our problems at the feet of that divine Lord and Master. Hey Prabhu, Anand Data, Gyan humko dijiye. Oh Bhagwan, may you have mercy upon us, may you accept the humble offerings that you make in your name, Prabhu. And in return, may you shower your Ashirvad, your blessings. As we recite that Maha Mantra, taking a deep breath, Omkar. Hey Gopala, Hey Nandalala, you're the remover of obstacles as we come unto you, Bhagavan, today. We ask you, Divine, may you remove all of the problems from this world that we are faced with. Once more, Omkar. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudevasutam Devam Kansachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nanda Gopa Gopala Sri Govindaya Namo Namah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari Enarayana Vasudeva. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari Jai Nara Murari, Jai Nath Narayan Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda,
Hare Murari, Jai Nath Narayan Vasudeva.
Visualize the divine Lord Master Bhagwan Krishna, who is the remover of all pain, all suffering, all sorrows in this world. Hey Prabhu, we put all of our problems at your feet, O divine. Shri Krishna Govinda, Hare Murari, Jai Nath Narayan Vasudeva, Shri Krishna
Govinda, Hare Murari, Jai Nath Narayan Vasudeva.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. शीतली कथे कथे रहे दो वही वरदान राधा वर सब यहाँ सदा गोविंद मेरो है गोपाल मेरो बोलो
गोविंद मेरो है गोपाल मेरो है
श्री माँ के बिहारी नंद लाल मेरो
श्री बाके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है
स्वागतम कृष्णा सुर स्वागतम कृष्णा
स्वागतम कृष्ण सुस्वागतम कृष्ण
स्वागतम सुर स्वागतम शरणागतम कृष्णा
स्वागतम सुस्वागतम शरणागतम कृष्ण
स्वागतम कृष्णा शरणागतम कृष्णा
स्वागतम कृष्ण शरणागतम कृष्ण
स्वागतम सुर स्वागतम शरणागतम कृष्णा
स्वागतम सुस्वागतम शरणागतम कृष्ण
गोविंद मेरो है गोपाल मेरो बोलो
गोविंद मेरो है गोपाल मेरो है
श्री माँ के बिहारी नंद लाल मेरो है
श्री बाके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है
गोविंद मेरो है गोपाल मेरो है
गोविंद मेरो है गोपाल मेरो है
श्री माँ के बिहारी नंद लाल मेरो है
श्री बाके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
गोविंद मेरो है गोपाल मेरो है
गोविंद मेरो है गोपाल मेरो है
श्री माँ के बिहारी नंद लाल मेरो है
श्री बाके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है
श्री माँ के बिहारी नंद लाल मेरो है
श्री बाके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है
श्री माँ के बिहारी नंद लाल मेरो है
श्री बाके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है गोविंद मेरो है गोपाल मेरो है
श्री बाके बिहारी नंद लाल मेरो है बोले बाके बिहारी लाल की जय कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय Once again, devotees, we have left our homes to come and join this beautiful Mandir in listening to the glories of Sri Bhagwan Krishna. As we know, tomorrow is a very important day in our Hindu calendar. What day is it? Friday. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is payday, no? Somebody said they get paid tomorrow. Tomorrow is Janmashtami. Janam Ashtami, the manifestation of Sri Bhagwan Krishna. It is said in Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, Hiranya Garbha Samabharat Tatagre Bhutasya Jate Pati Kyashi. That Bhagwan Krishna, he manifested onto Dharti Ma, Prithvi Ma. He was not born, so if he was not born, it means that he does not die. We were born, and when the time comes, Jai Bhi Akela, that will be going alone, we will have to die. We came at a time stamp, as I stated last night. We came at a time stamp. No matter what we're doing, or where we're doing it, or how we're doing it, or why we're doing it, when that time comes, we have to go. No one can stop that. Hiranya Garbha Samabhartatage, Bhagavan Krishna was not born, he manifested. He manifested in the womb of the world. Not in the womb of a mother, but the womb of the world. And why did he manifest? He came to destroy evil. The destruction of Maharaj Hans. Bhagwat Gita says, Yada yada hi dharmasya dharma artha sansaram. That when Bhagwan Krishna, when he comes to prevail Sanatan Dharma, me. Within me there's a Mandir. Within me there's good and there's bad. We have good thoughts and we have bad thoughts. Not so. We have to be able to control the good thoughts and the bad thoughts. We have to be able to overpower the bad thoughts by doing good actions. Karma. If you've read Bhagwat Gita, you will see there's a whole chapter that deals with karma. It's called Karma Kanda. Whole chapter that deals with karma. The things that the benefits that we'll reap when we do such good deeds in the world. And the benefits we'll reap when we do such bad things in the world. When we do bad, we reap benefits too, The benefits will obviously be bad. And when we do good, we want to be able to overpower the bad things that we do, the bad thoughts and negative thoughts that comes to mind. Ravan was such a great Rakshas. Ravan was such a great Rakshas. But he used that of Brahmya. He was one of the greatest disciples of Bhagavan Shiva. And whenever he performs his actions, whenever he performs his japa and his meditation to Bhagavan Shiva, Bhagavan Shiva will appear in front of him and says, Ravan, ask for your choicest bone. Ask for anything that you want. What did Ravan ask for? He said, Bhagavan, grant me the vardhan that I will not be killed during the day nor in the night. Grant me the vardhan that I will not be killed by an ordinary man. I will live forever. Bhagavan granted him the vardhan. He was killed at dusk. He was not killed during the day nor in the night. He was killed by Bhagavan Vishnu in the form of Bhagavan Sri Ram. He was not destroyed by an ordinary man. And at his death, how many times did Ravan die? Somebody said it. How many? 10. 10 times. You know why? Because he was known as the 10-headed Ravan. He had 10 heads. He was known as the 10-headed Ravan. Raja Parikshit, as we get into Katha this evening, Raja Parikshit, he has gone in the middle of the ocean, where he's sitting and he's listening to Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran. Why the middle of the ocean? Every inch of his platform is covered by a security guard. Because he feels that he can beat God of Death. He feels that he can beat God of Death. I asked a question last night, and I'm going to ask it again tonight. When do we pray to God of Death? When you die, you're dead. life done. So no, not when you die. The day before Diwali is called Yam Deep, right? In the southern side of the home, we light a diya facing the south. Who resides in the south? Yamraj, god of death. This is why when we go to perform Shraddh, the Pandit will face the north and he'll have the Yajman facing the south. Because the Yajman is facing god of death. As he's performing his 1 year Bandara and his Shraddh and so forth, the Yajman is facing south because god of death resides in the south. It is said that Indra, Bhagwan Indra, he's god of paradise. What side do you think he faces? East. Bhagwan Indra. He faces on the eastern direction. Agni Devata, he faces in what direction? Southeast. Who is Agni Devata? The fire god. That when we make that offerings into the fire god, we're actually feeding the fire. When we say Swaha in puja, we're actually saying to Bhagwan Indra that, hey Bhagwan, may you accept my offerings. And in the same Havan Kund, when we're performing Shraddh, instead of saying Swaha, we say Swadha, the D. Saying to God of death that I am making this offering in your name for the past ancestors. Swadha with a D. Yamraj, of course, faces in the southern direction. Varun Devata, the god of water, he faces on the western direction. Vayu, the god of the wind, he faces in northwest direction. Kubera, which direction he faces? The northern direction. Bhagavan Shiva. Which direction we didn't hear yet? That's the direction that he faces. Northeast. Bhagavan Shiva faces on the northeastern direction. So we see, devotees, that every direction in the universe, a devata is situated. I call Kubera. Some may ask, well, who is Kubera? Who is Kubera? Who is Kubera? He's not the god of wealth. He's the god of Lord Shiva, Jai Bhagwan. The brother, no, not the brother. Kubera is the brother of Ravan. Kubera is the brother of Ravana. You know, on Diwali day when the Pandit comes home to do puja, you pray to Shubh Labh. We pray to Kubera on the day of Diwali. He is not the god of wealth. You know what? He was appointed by Bhagavan Shiva, the protector of wealth. He was there to protect. But when Bhagavan Shiva appointed him with that notion, it got to his head and he said, you know what, I'm the god of wealth. No, he's not the god of wealth. He is the protector of wealth. And you know why he's known as the protector of wealth? In Hindi we call them a kanjus. He's a miser. Don't like to spend money. So Bhagavan Shiva says the best person to protect the wealth is the miser. That if you want something from him, you have to give an account. What you need it for, where you're spending it, why, etc., etc., etc. You know, like when you were a kid and you go to your parents for money, they want to know what you want the money for, what you're buying. My Aji would send us to the shop and you make sure you bring the change. She couldn't read and write and spell, but she checked in the change. She knew that very well. So Bhagavan Shiva says the best person to appoint for that position is Kubera. Kubera is the brother of Ravana. We will not find that in the Ramayana, we will find that in Shiv Puran. So you see, devotees, our own text sometimes is a little technical. Sometimes it's a little technical. We have to be able to understand the philosophy. So Kubera, he resides in the northern direction. So Maharaj Kans, the king of Mathura, you know, he was the king. He could do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, without answering any questions. Without answering any questions. He was the king of Mathura. He controlled Mathura. But how did he get into that position? Did he inherit it? My brother Ram says no. So if he didn't inherit it, how did he get in there? How did he get that position as the king of Mathura? Obviously, his father was the king prior to him becoming king. His father was the king. But how did he get into that position? Ram here. Bolo na. Ram said, I will just say no, but you answer the question. He was appointed by himself. He actually kidnapped his father, who was the king of Mathura, and threw him in the jail and locked him in the jail. And when he locked him in the jail, he took over the regime of becoming the king of Mathura. So in other words, he stole the position of becoming the king. Now he had 11 sisters, and the last one is now to get married. And what do you think her name was? Devaki. See, Ram is a bright fella, you know, he is just fool-y. And Devaki was getting married to Vasudeva. So the wedding ceremony is finished now of Devaki and Vasudeva, and they were leaving. You remember, the sister of Maharaj Kans is getting married. In tradition, when the daughter of the home gets married, the husband comes in to live with him. No? What? No? If the husband comes in, there's a name for him, you know. If the husband comes in, there's a specific name for him. If the husband comes to live at the home of the wife's parents, there's a specific name. I ain't going to tell you tonight. Right? Want to do a cake, go tell you the answer next week Sunday. Ghar ka. So Maharaj Kans, he's just married his daughter, Devaki, to Vasudeva, and they're getting ready to leave this beautiful palace to go and live at the home of Vasudeva. But a voice was heard from the above. And that voice that was heard from the above is telling to Maharaj Kans that you have just married your sister and her 8th child will be your slayer. Meaning that the 8th child of Devaki and Vasudeva will destroy you. Why destroy Maharaj Kans? Because he is a Rakshas. He is living the life of a Rakshas. The qualities of a Rakshas. He wants to be in control. He wants to be in power. You know, devotees, our scriptures tells us that in the first 3 ages, Satyug, Dwapar and Treta, that you were able to identify a Rakshas by his looks and by the tail that he walked with. You were able to identify, and the teeth, lamba lamba dat. You were able to identify a Rakshas. Ramayana tells us that in Kali Yuga, how are we to identify a Rakshas? He doesn't have a tail. He doesn't have long teeth. He is not scary looking. How are we to identify a Rakshas? By the vibes of that person, by the qualities of that person, by the attitude of that person, the way the person talks, the way the person walks, the way the person acts. We're able to identify the qualities of a Rakshas. It is hard to identify, my brother Surendra could be a Rakshas and I don't know. But associations with him, I will be able to identify that he doesn't have the qualities of a Rakshas. You know, long ago when, especially the older people, they would be able to look at somebody and say, you know what, you're looking like a real smart man. I'm sure you've heard that, especially coming from Trinidad and Guyana. I'm sure you've heard that. Because that person has already identified the qualities within that person. You can identify the qualities of the person, and how can you identify that? By looking at the features of the person. The way they walk, the way they talk, the way they act. You can identify the qualities of that person. So Maharaj Kans, he's hearing a voice from the above telling him that this person that you've just married, her child will be your slayer, your destruction. So you've married your destruction. And what does Maharaj Kans do? He gets very angry. He gets very annoyed. How can the son of my sister destroy me? How is that possible? Well, devotees, it's possible. If you read the newspaper from Trinidad, and I'm not sure about Guyana, but if you read the newspaper from Trinidad, you'll see that brothers killing brother. Well, we don't have to go to Trinidad, we go right here. Brothers killing brother, he's killing mother, father, the whole generation, right? Isn't that the qualities of a Rakshas? The way he acts and talks and carries himself. You're reading the newspaper, and I'm sorry to say it like this, but the news in Orlando is so depressing. You turn on the TV and there's only news. And so much of negativity is. But we have to deal with it. It's part of life. We have to be aware of our surroundings. Last night I told you that we have to be aware of where we are, who we are. You see, recently I saw a 13-year-old talking about how many people that he can destroy, and he wants to destroy. Schools have to close. You know, so many things happening in the world today. One of the questions by Ved Vyasji Maharaj Ved Vyasji Maharaj to Saunak, he asked, he says, why is the world suffering? Why is the world suffering? And you know what, devotees, the more we live in the world is the more we see. The more wrong we see. The more violent the world is becoming. The more violent the world is becoming. But this is the nature of Kali Yuga. The more we live in the Kali Yuga, the worse it gets. Until at the end of Kali Yuga, one of the avatar, Bhagavan Vishnu, comes, and the last avatar, he is known as Kalki avatar. Where Bhagavan Vishnu will be traveling on a black horse with wings with burning flames. That form of Bhagavan Vishnu is known as Kalki avatar. That form of Bhagavan Vishnu is known as Kalki. But how many forms does Bhagavan Vishnu have? Let me stray from the Katha a little bit. How many forms does Bhagavan Vishnu have? This is a trick question. So make sure you listen to the question properly. How many forms does Bhagavan Vishnu have? Hmm? No, Bhagavan, just Bhagavan Vishnu. How many forms did he have? 11? No. 24? Who said that? You said that? 24. What about Dasavatar? What does Dasavatar? Das means 10. What about Dasavatar? You see, I told you last time, my job is to confuse you. If I don't confuse you, I didn't fulfill my katha. Dasavatar. Das means 10. So how many forms does Bhagavan Vishnu have? 24. 24. How many is 20? Is 24? How many? The auntie was correct in the back, 24. I'm just trying to confuse you a little bit more. 24 means 24. Bhagavan Vishnu in Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran is described in 24 different forms. Bhagavan Vishnu. Not Bhagavan Krishna, Bhagavan Vishnu. One of the forms of Bhagavan Vishnu, he comes as Bhagavan Krishna. He comes as Ram, he comes as Buddha. And in the last form, the 24th form is, what form? I just told you. Tomorrow evening, walk with a notepad. Because we're going to be taking notes tomorrow evening. The last avatar of Bhagavan Vishnu is Kalki avatar. When he comes on that horse. And when he comes in that form, then that will be the end of Kali Yuga. And then what happens? The end of the world. Then it starts back. Satyug, Dwapar, Treta and Kali Yuga. Then, so it is a full cycle. The beautiful sloka says, Punanapi jananam, punanapi maranam, punanapi jatalihi jatalehi shayanam, iha shamshare bahudushtade, iha shamshahi pahi murari. Bhaj Govindam, Govindam Bhaju Moramute. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari Nath Narayana Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari Bhaje Govindam Bhaje Govindam Govindam Bhaje Moram Bolo Bhaje Vananapi Jananam Vananapi Maranam Vananapi Jatani Jatane Shayanam Iha Shamshare Bahudushtare Iha Shamshari Pahi Murari Bhaje Govindam Bhaje Govindam Bhaje Govindam Govindam Bhaje Moram Bhaje Govindam Bhaje Govindam Punanapi Jananam Punanapi Maranam Punanapi Jatale Jatale Shayanam Iha Shamshare Bahudustare Iha Shamshahi Pahi Murari. The sloka says Bhaje Govindam, that this birth and that cycle goes on and on and on. And when does it come to an end? It comes to an end when we bring it to an end. It is up to me. And you know when I can bring it to an end? When my karmas are in check. Samajh? When my karmas are in check. Bhagwat Gita says that every man and every woman is responsible for his or her own actions. And you will be in society based on your karma. You will be where you are in life based on your karma. If you are the son of a beggar, possibilities are you have no motivation. You want to be a beggar. If you're a carpenter, possibilities are your child or your children who want to be a carpenter. And so it goes up. Our duty is to be able to benefit ourselves. Some of us, many of us left Trinidad and Guyana to come to America. Why? I heard it, to better ourselves. So we are taking the step to go forward. We want to be able to better ourselves, become a better person, become a better individual. Because life is full circle. And I made a statement earlier, and I told you last night, the Bhagwat Katha is so deep that 5 days, we're only getting just not even a 1%. We're getting just a glimpse of Bhagwat Katha. Maharaj Kans, how did he get his position? By performing an ill act, by placing his mother and father in jail. That is how he was able to accomplish that position. So he has done wrong to accomplish what he thinks in life is something good for him, not for everybody else. Because the way he's thinking is that he's seeing nothing else but what he does. Like Ravan, Ravan, even though he was doing wrong, he continued to do it. He thought it was right because he was Ravan, he was the king. Nobody can tell him what to do and how to do it and why to do it. Because he thought that his actions was everything. So Maharaj Kans has gained that regime by performing a wrong act. But he is now being told in his courtyard that your slayer is coming for you. The one that will destroy you is coming. Raja Parikshit has performed a wrong act by placing that dead snake over the Maharaj that was performing jap. And a curse was put upon him that you will die by the sting of a serpent within 7 days. Raja Parikshit has performed an evil act, and his rewards is coming in the form of Yamraj. So Raja Parikshit is listening to Srimad Bhagwat Mahapurana. Devaki and Vasudev is now pleading to Maharaj Kans that Prabhu, don't kill us, don't take our lives, put us in jail. We will hand deliver to you every one of our children. Then Narad Muni came. You know, Narad Muni is always there with good times and bad times. He is always there in good times and bad times. Narad Muni came. And Narad Muni said to Maharaj Kans, he said, Maharaj, he said, why will you kill the both of them? Put them in the jail. Leave them in the jail. Let them live their life in the jail. So Maharaj Kans is now performing another ill act. So his karma is already bad, he's making it more bad. You know, like if you're used to doing something wrong and you haven't been caught, you want to keep doing it. One day you will get caught. Correct. One day to come. So Maharaj Kans, his nature is performing ill acts. His nature is performing bad karmas. So he says, okay, he takes his sister and her husband and he says, okay, I will put you in the jail. You live in the jail now. And every child that you have, I will take that child from you. But remember, the voice that he heard from the above is his time is coming close. His time is coming. That was a voice that he heard from the above. His time is coming. So you know, Maharaj Parikshit, Raja Parikshit is sitting and he's listening to Katha. You know, I told you last night that Maharaj Parikshit has asked, he is sent for the world's best physician. And he had a specific name. And then there's Taksha, who has to perform that act of destroying Maharaj Parikshit. So the snake that is going to destroy Maharaj Parikshit, his name is Taksha. What is the name of the physician? Dili, I don't think Google will help you. Google can't help you with this one. What is the name of the physician? Astak Muni. I told you last night that you have to remember a lot of names. Bhagwat Katha has so many different names. We'll get lost so easily. Astak Muni was the name of the physician. So Astak Muni is going towards where Raja Parikshit is performing his yajna, and Taksha is going the same direction, both walking side by side. Don't know each other. So conversation started. You know when you're traveling and somebody's sitting next to you on an airplane or in Trinidad, if somebody's sitting next to you in a maxi, you want to make sure you have conversations, so you at least try to feel out the person, right? Not all the time, you think there's a stalker. Well, me, I like to know who I'm sitting amongst. So I'm going to start asking questions. So Taksha is walking with Astak Muni, side by side. Conversation started up. Astak Muni is asking to Taksha, he says, "Yeah, where are you going? We're walking in the same direction. Where are you going?" Taksha says, "Bhaiya," he says, "I am going, my job is to destroy Raja Parikshit. A shrap has been put upon him that my job is within 7 days to sting him and destroy him. That is a shrap that has been put upon him." And remember I told you last night that once a shrap is put upon you, no man, even God, cannot remove that shrap. We have to live through it. So Raja Parikshit, he's listening to Bhagwat Katha. Taksha, the snake that is going to sting Raja Parikshit, is on his way. Astak Muni, conversation is going on. Astak Muni is asking to Taksha, "Where are you going? What is your duty?" He says, "My duty is to go and destroy Raja Parikshit." He says, "And how will you do it?" He says, "When I sting him, he will turn to ashes. When I sting Raja Parikshit, he will turn to ashes." He says, "But Bhaiya, how will you get onto the platform where this yajna is being performed?" Taksha realized that too much question now. He said, "Bhaiya, let me worry about that part. You don't worry about that part. Let me worry about how this will, in the American terminology, let me tell you how this will go down." Right? You will be there to see. So Taksha is asking to Astak Muni, "What is your job? Where are you going?" He says, "Well, my job is to save Raja Parikshit." He says, "I am the world's best physician, and my job is to save him." So the two of them muscling up to each other now, trying to figure out who is stronger. Mentally, physically, emotionally. Who is stronger? The Taksha says, "You want to see how my job works?" He sees a man on a tree and he rushes to the tree. He stings the tree and everything on the tree turns to ashes. Astak Muni, he takes his medicine and he goes and he sprinkles it on the tree and everything comes back to life. Like nothing has happened. So this is their job. Both of them have a job. This is their job. You know, when you're sick, you go to a doctor gives you a laundry list of medicine, and then he sends it to the pharmacist, and the pharmacist will fill all the medicine, give it to you. They both have different jobs. One is to cure you with the medicine, and one is to establish what is wrong with you. So Sushane is a proposition. His job is to destroy, and Astak Muni, his job is to be able to save Raja Parikshit. Both says, okay, well, they're the best in their field. They continue their direction. Because now Taksha has not given away how he will get onto the platform to destroy Raja Parikshit. Remember I told you he's in the middle of the ocean and every inch is covered by a security guard. How do you get into a place like that? Probably can't. He probably can. So we'll hear that in days to come. So both is on their way. One to destroy Raja Parikshit and one to save Raja Parikshit. The rest of the world is in problems. Is pleading to Bhagwan. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Pleading to Bhagavan, oh Bhagavan, please come and save me from my problems. You know, devotees, when we're faced with problems, one of the first persons we turn to is Bhagavan. Because we know that Bhagavan listens to our problems. We know that Bhagavan listens to our pain, our suffering. We go to Bhagavan. Whether we go to Bhagavan in the form of yoga, meditation, japa, mantras, pujas, yagyas, and the list can go on and on. Whatever form you go to Bhagavan, pray to Bhagavan to save you from your problems that you're faced with. That is the older generation. Last night I told you that the younger generation, they will go to Facebook Baba and they will plaster the whole life problem on Facebook Baba. And they will take advice from people they don't even know, they never even met. The person don't know their problem but giving them advice. Facebook Baba. No, the problems within a home should stay within the walls of the home. Should not go outside of the home. Well, technically it's going through the Wi-Fi, so it's not even going. But that is the era in which we live today. We'll take advice from people we've never met, maybe in a different continent. Giving you advice on your problem, whether it's husband problem, wife problem, children problem, whatever problem. But we have to be able to fight our own battles. We have to be able to face our own problems. Trinidad long ago, they say, face the music. Face the music, face the problem. We have to be able to diffuse the problem to be able to solve the problem. And Facebook Baba will not help us. Trust me. Facebook Baba will not help you. Raja Parikshit could have gone so many different directions, but who did he go to? Who did Raja Parikshit go to for help? Ramaya. Sorai. Who did he go to? Bring your notebook tomorrow night. He went to the Guru. And he said to the Guru that this is my problem. How do I get out of this problem? How do I get out of this problem? The Guru, the home must have a Guru. The home must have a Pandit. The Pandit is the one that we take our problem to. That is his job. Pandit, you know, my marriage is not working, or my son is giving trouble, or my daughter is giving trouble. How can you help? There must be that confidentiality within the Guru and the Chela. There must be that communication, that line of communication. It must be an open door concept. The Pandit, that is his job. His job is to be able to help you with your problem. That is his job. Raja Parikshit went to the Guru. He says, Guruji, tell me, kya karu? How can I get out of this problem? And the Guru told him to go and listen to Bhagwat Katha for how many days? How many times a day? 3 times a day. 21 sessions of Bhagwat Katha. Listen to Bhagwat Katha. The rest of the world, including Kamdhenu. Who is Kamdhenu? Kamdhenu is Mother Earth. Went to Bhagavan Shiva and said to Bhagavan Shiva, he says, because of the wrong things happening in the world today, the world is becoming so heavy that I cannot bear the pain. Kamdhenu is half female and half cow that sits over the lingam, and is feeding milk to the lingam continuously. That form of Bhagavan is called Kamdhenu. And Bhagavan Krishna is also dear to the cow, Gau Mata. Wherever you see Krishna, you see the cow. Very dear to the cow. The cow, we take that milk and we perform puja, we make panchamrit, we perform havan, we light the diya, we make the prasad that comes from the milk of the cow. You know, long ago when we had pujas and yagyas and so forth at home, there's specific people that you will go and you will buy the milk from. Specific people you will buy the cow, the dahi from, the ghee, even the gobar that comes from the cow. Gobar is very flammable. If you dry gobar, that is what they use for heat in India. They use the gobar, they dry the gobar and they make it into patties and they put it, that is what, it's very flammable. That is what they use to ignite the fire and so forth. Well, what? Hunter. Gointa. You know, I've been coming here for so many years. I need to learn some Guyanese tongue, you know. I finally learned what Abi means. Abi. So the rest of the world is praying to Bhagavan, Vishnu. Bhagavan, we need help. The world is, so much wrong is happening in the world today. And you know what the word is? In our age, we see that so many wrong is being committed in the world. The more we live is the more we see. But we have to be able to adjust frequently. That does not mean to say that we let our children go astray by not following the rules and the regulations of what they're supposed to be following. Because now it is our duty as parents to make sure that we guide them the proper way and the right way. If not, what will happen? They will go astray. Sanatana Dharma will continue to go astray. And in years to come, there will be no Sanatana Dharma. We have to protect our culture, we have to protect our dharma, we have to protect who we are. प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय। So everyone is pleading to Bhagavan. Bhagavan, come and save us. You know the beautiful sloka I recited last night, that all of you know, yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam dharmasya taratmanam chidamyam परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतं धर्म संस्कार पनाताय शंभुवामि युगे युगे. That the sloka is saying that Bhagavan will come when there is a decline in Sanatana Dharma. And a decline in Sanatana Dharma meaning that when the world is ulta siddha, upside down, when wrong is becoming right and the right is becoming wrong. So the devatas are praying to Bhagavan Vishnu, Bhagavan, come. And the poet in this bhajan is asking. Let us listen. Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodharam Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodharam Ramanarayanam Janaki Vallavam Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodharam Ramanarayanam Krishna Janaki Vallavam perform puja, we offer to Bhagavan. When we do Krishna puja, we offer to Bhagavan. What kind of food? Mohan. Oh. Mohan is one of the names of Bhagavan Krishna. We offer to him Mohan Bhog. So the poet is asking, what will Bhagavan eat? Aate nahi, what will he eat? Veer Sevani ke jaise khilate nahi. Just like Sevani, she took the cheek fal bharat Sevani dona daru dani. She took that fruit and she offered it to Bhagavan Sri Ram, that she tasted to make sure the fruits were sweet before she offered it to Bhagavan Sri Ram. भगवान सोते नहीं,
कौन कहते हैं 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 भगवान सोते. Where will you sleep, Bhagwan Krishna? Where will you sleep? यशोदा की जैसे सुलाते नहीं,
यशोदा की जैसे सुलाते नहीं.
He will sleep on the bosom of my Yashoda. He will sleep on the bosom of his divine mother. Achyutam Keshavam Krishnadamodaram,
Achyutam Keshavam Krishnadamodaram,
Ram Narayanam Janaki Vallabham.
Ram Narayanam Janaki Vallabham.
कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं,
कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं.
Bhagwan Krishna, he loves to dance. He loves to play the basuri. I hope our Krishna likes to dance too. Haven't seen him dance yet. Maybe tomorrow night. But he loves to dance, nachte. How will you dance? Who will you dance with? Gopiyon ki tarah tum naachte nahi, gopiyon ki Achyutam Keshavam Krishnadamodaram,
Achyutam Keshavam Krishnadamodaram,
Ram Narayanam Janaki Vallabham,
Ram Narayanam Janaki Vallabham,
Ram Narayanam Janaki Vallabham, बाके बिहारी लाल की जय, कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय. At this point in time, devotees, I will ask the devotees and Pandit Rakesh to perform the Havan. I will sing one bhajan, I will attempt one bhajan, and we'll see where it takes us after that one bhajan is complete. ऐसे श्री भगवान को, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम. कृष्ण जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिसका धाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है. भगवान को
जय श्री भगवान को
बारंबार प्रणाम है
बारंबार प्रणाम है
यशोदा जिनकी मैया है नंदा जी बापैया है यशोदा जिनकी मैया है ऐसे श्री गोपाल को ऐसे बारंबार प्रणाम लूट लूट दधी माखन खायो बाल बाल संग वेद चरायो लूट लूट ऐसे लीला धाम को बारंबार प्रणाम है कृष्ण जी का नाम है गोकुल जी का नाम है ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम द्रौपदी सुधा को लाज बचायो राहस गज को बंद चरायो द्रौपदी ऐसी कृपा के धाम को बारंबार प्रणाम कृष्ण जी का नाम है गोकुल जी का नाम है ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है बारंबार प्रणाम है प्रिंस बोल शिवा के बिहारी लाल की जय। Since Havan is still going on, I would like to sing this bhajan and dedicate this bhajan to my dear daughter Malini. She's a fan of local classical singing, so I would like to dedicate this one for you. सुखदेव कहे मुनि ज्ञानी, सुनो भूप भाग्यवत बानी। सुखदेव कहे मुनि ज्ञानी, सुनो भूप भाग्यवत बानी। सुख दुख और जीवन मरना, प्रभु अपना करना भरना। सुख दुख और जीवन मरना, प्रभु अपना भरना करना। कोई करत न किसकी खानी, सुनो भूप भाग्यवत वाणी। सुखदेव कहे मुनि ज्ञानी, सुनो भूप भाग्यवत वाणी। यह दोषर भव जलधारा, बिना भजन न हो निष्ठारा। यह दोषर भव जलधारा, बिना भजन न हो निष्ठारा। हरि नाम सुमर सुख खानी, सुनो भूप भाग्यवत वाणी। सुखदेव कहे मुनि ज्ञानी, सुनो भूप भाग्यवत वाणी। यह जीव अमर सुख राशि, शबीर परि बिन काशी। यह जीव अमर सुख राशि, शबीर वेद नहीं जाती। ब्रह्मानंद चोर अभिमानी, सुनो भूप भाग्यवत वाणी। सुखदेव कहे मुनि ज्ञानी, सुनो भूप भाग्यवत वाणी। सुखदेव कहे मुनि ज्ञानी, सुनो भूप भाग्यवत वाणी। प्रेम से बोलो शिवा की बिहारी लाल की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय। And this devotees has brought us to the end of tonight's Katha, tonight's Puja. On behalf of the executive members of the Mandir, I would like to thank my dear son Rakesh for doing such a wonderful job with the Puja. You know, especially being a young Pandit, it's a challenge. Being a young Pandit is a challenge, because we have to give up so much of Maya in the world. We are not just an ordinary person. When I'm talking about young Pandit, you thought I was talking about Rakesh? I'm talking about myself. No, with him being a young Pandit, I admire his ability to continue to learn and continue to want to learn. That urge, especially being a young Pandit with musical talent and ability. God bless you. And may He continue to shower His blessings upon you. And Didi, to my daughter Malini, you also a talented musician, talented singer. I heard you sing the Hanuman Chalisa yesterday, right? So she likes to be in the back of the spotlight. She don't like to be in front of the spotlight, but thank you. And you know, every time I come to the Mandir, I see so many young talent. Last night we had a group of them. I don't see them here tonight, but hopefully we'll see them before the year is finished. A group of young talent. We have my good friend, what's your name again? Dave Maharaj, right? Dave. You know, when I was coming for Shivratri, I contacted Dave to come and play tabla for me. I had no idea who he was. Somebody gave me his name and number. I called him, but he was not available because I think he had some medical stuff going on, right? But he's here with us tonight, and here, thank you. My dear brother Surendra, always a pleasure. Anemji, always a pleasure. You know, Anem is very talented musician, all-rounder musician. He plays any instrument you put in front of him, he can play it. But he's not a Hindu. He's a Hindu to heart, but not by birth and following the religion. But whenever I'm in Orlando, he puts that aside and he comes to the Mandir and he's here with us. If we hear Shivratri night, you will know that, you will have noticed that he was here from 6 in the evening to 6 in the morning. He didn't miss a beat. Bhaiya, thank you for that. And so many other musicians. My chorus this evening, very vibrant chorus. Thank you for your continued support. To Sanjay, who is aspiring musician. He's still learning, but I always told him, and I'm continuing to tell him, don't let the abhiman get in the way. Don't be too proud of who you are. The best musician is always humble, right? Sometimes we let our pride and ego take over everything else. Even me as a Pandit, I try to be very mellow and very, very humble. Cannot allow the abhiman to take over, right? That's a dangerous word, you know. That was Ravan's biggest downfall, the abhiman, biggest downfall. Maharaj Kans, he couldn't bear to see others survive and strive. He wanted to be in power. And that is because of abhiman. And so devotees, some of you may know, some of you may not know the young lady who is walking away from the altar. Very, very, very talented musician. Am I right? Very talented musician. The first female tabla player that that has played for me in the past, that young lady. Very talented musician. And all of these young and aspiring musicians in the Mandir, you are not only aspiring musicians, but even devotees that comes to the Mandir. You are the future of Sanatan Dharma. You are the future of our religion to come. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't let anyone discourage you. Keep doing what you're doing as an individual for Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma, if we don't uphold Sanatan Dharma, it will diminish. It will dissolve. It will go away. It is up to us and our children and their children to come to uphold Sanatan Dharma. Just think, in the early 1800s, our forefathers left India to go to Trinidad, Guyana, Suriname, and the whole of the Caribbean. And they had one thing to hold with them, the Dharma. And if they did not uphold the Dharma, then everything would have been finished. But they upheld the Dharma. And so we have left our country to come here for betterment, and we have to be able to uphold Sanatan Dharma. In whatever way, form, some children may dance, some may sing, some may play an instrument, some may do so many different things. It is up to you, the individuals. Not everybody can be a Pandit, not everybody can be a musician, not everybody can be a singer. But we all have our respected strong points. And God bless you for that. I would like to thank my Didi for leaving Fort Lauderdale. She did not tell me that she was on her way. She told me when she got here, Didi, thank you for coming. It's a pleasure to have you, pleasure to see you. And I'm not sure how long you're staying in terms of days, but we're hoping to see you for the rest of the year. Thank you for that. You know, another friend of mine, and I'm not even sure if he's logged on and he's listening, but he called me yesterday. He didn't call me, he texted me yesterday. He says, Pandit, I'm coming. I said, you're coming where? He lives in Maryland. He says, I'm coming. He says, you just sent me the invitation. I'm coming. I said, you know, I'm not in Baltimore, I'm in Orlando. He says, yes, I know I'm coming. So he's on his way. He's probably about an hour away. He left home early this morning to drive and come, just so that he can be with us. You know, I will let out a little secret. About a month ago, he goes to Atlanta for a reunion, college reunion with his college mates. Why are you watching me? He goes to this reunion and he takes a picture with a very beautiful young lady, both of them, and he sends it to me. He says, Pandit, do you recognize this person? I said, no. Off, just glancing at it. I said, no. He says, look again. I looked at the picture. Rakesh's mom. They both went to school together. So if we think that the world is big, not too big. Not too big. The world, the older we get, the smaller the world gets. That's all? The older we get, the smaller the world gets. You know, last night when I got home, one of my, there's a poet that writes a lot of bhajans for me. He lives in Bihar. I've never met this guy in my life, and I'm sure that he's logged on listening to me. And he listened to the katha last night and he kept texting me, so my phone kept going off. So I turned off the phone. When I got home, there's probably 25 messages. He says, Panditji, he says, your speech, I've never heard anything like that before. He said, your speech was so immaculate. Jai Bhagwan. So the older we get, the smaller the world gets. But you know what we will be remembered by is our karmas and our actions, the things that we do in the world. The way we walk, the way we talk, the way we look, the way we speak, the way we act. People look at those elements and able to judge you based on who you are. And especially for the younger generations, very recently, a friend of mine is talking to me. He works at the FBI and he's doing interviews for internship at the FBI. And he's telling me, he says, some of these kids, their resumes are so good, but when you go onto social media, he says, the worst thing, we don't even want to see them. So social media has a lot to do with our life as we live. Don't let social media corrupt your mind. See a lot of younger generation here. Don't allow social media to corrupt your mind. What you put out there, don't think that because you deleted it disappeared. Trust me, it didn't disappear. It's just hidden. Right? So be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of who your friends are. Not everybody that says they're your friend is your friend, and we'll listen to that in Bhagwat Katha tomorrow night. Not everyone that thinks and tells you that they are your friend, that they are your friend. Be cautious of your environment. Prem se bolo Shiva ke Bihari Lal ki Jai. At this point in time, devotees, I will ask you to please stand as we join in final arati. And please don't hesitate to come up and do arti to the Murti, to Bhagavan, asking Bhagavan to take away all of your problems. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kanse Charunamardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. श्री बांके बिहारी तेरी आरती गाओ, कुंज बिहारी तेरी आरती गाओ, श्री बांके बिहारी तेरी आरती गाओ, कुंज बिहारी तेरी आरती गाओ, आरती गाओ प्यारे तुमको निभाओ, आगे बिहारी तेरी आरती गाओ, मोर मुकुट प्यारे शीश पे सोहे, प्यारी बंसी निर्मल मोही, देखो छवि भली भली हारी जाओ, देखो भली आरती गाओ, श्री बांके बिहारी तेरी आरती गाओ, श्री बांके बिहारी तेरी आरती गाओ, चरणों से निकले गंगा प्यारी, चरणों से निकली गंगा प्यारी, जिस सारी दुनिया के तारी, गयु चरणों की दर्शन के पाओ, श्री चरणों की दर्शन के, श्री बांके बिहारी तेरी आरती गाओ, बांके बिहारी तेरी आरती गाओ, आरती गाओ प्यारे तुमको निभाओ, आरती गाओ प्यारे तुमको निभाओ, बांके बिहारी तेरी आरती गाओ, श्री बांके बिहारी तेरी आरती गाओ, दास अनाथ नाथ आपको, सुख सुख जीवन प्यारे साथ आपको, सुख सुख जीवन प्यारे हरि चरणों में शीश झुकाओ, हरि चरणों में शीश झुकाओ, श्री बांके बिहारी तेरी आरती गाओ, श्री बांके बिहारी तेरी आरती गाओ, श्री हरिदास के प्यारे तुम हो, श्री हरिदास मेरे मोहन जीवन धन्य हो, दुख युगल छवि बलि बलि जाओ, देखे युगल छवि बलि बलि जाओ, श्री बांके बिहारी तेरी आरती गाओ, आरती गाओ प्यारे तुमको निभाओ, आरती गाओ प्यारे तुमको निभाओ, श्री बांके बिहारी तेरी आरती गाओ, श्री बांके बिहारी तेरी आरती गाओ, आरती कुंज बिहारी की, श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी, आरती कुंज बिहारी की, श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी, आरती कुंज बिहारी की, गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी
आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की
गले में है जपी माला माला बजावे मुरली मधुर माला गगन सब अंतिकांति काली काली राधिका रम बिहारी की राधिका रमन बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की गगन सब अंतिकांति काली काली राधिका चमक रही काली काली रतन में काली बनमाली बनमाली ब्रह्म से अलग कस्तूरी तिलक चंद्र से झलक ललित छवि श्री बनमाली श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की जहाँ से प्रगति भई गंगा गंगा कलुष करी हरि की श्री गंगा गंगा बसे शिव शेष पे गंगा गंगा जटा के बीच अगे हर बीच बसे शिव शेष चरण छवि श्री बनवारी श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की आरती कना के मोद मुकुट दिल से देवता दर्शन कर से गगन को सुमर कही आसी पर राशि हसी की चमक माथुरा में कलंग से गगन अटिल रखी गोप कुमारी श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी आरती
कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की
आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल
हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमन जय जय राधा रमन जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल रे जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल जय राधा रमन हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमन
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल
वासुदेव सुतं देवं पंचचानुरमरकरं वासुदेव सुतं देवं पंचचानुरमरकरं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दिए। ओ भगवान, may you have mercy upon us. May you accept the humble offering that we make in your name, Prabhu. And in return, may you shower your ashirvad, your blessings. As we place all of our problems in that divine feet of that divine Lord and Master. Oh Bhagavan, you are Antaryami. You are Maryada Purushottam Prabhu. May you take away all of my pain, all of my sufferings from in within this world. पूजतं मया देवा परिपूर्णं तरस्तमे आवाहनं न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजं चैव न जानामि शम्यतां परमेश्वरम् सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् ॐ पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ये कथा भक्त भगवान की, ये कथा भक्त भगवान भगवान को चिंता भक्तों के कल्याण की कथा भक्त भगवान। ये कथा भक्त भगवान कर्पूर गौरम करुणावतारम् संसार सारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसार सारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव वीर्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम औषधयः शान्ति वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वदेवा शान्तिर्ब्रह्मा शान्ति सर्वगं शान्ति शान्तिरेवा शान्ति सामा शान्तिरिद्धि ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरि हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए ओ भगवान may you have mercy upon us may you take us home safely to our destination प्रेम से बोल शिवा के बिहारी लाल की उमापति महादेव की पवन सुत हनुमान की वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की प्रेम से बोल श्री सत सनातन धर्म की हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव आसन लीजिए प्लीज टेक योर सीट्स I would like to thank the Yakarta today for sitting and performing such beautiful puja. And meals have been prepared for all of you, so please partake of your meals before you leave. Tomorrow evening, puja starts at 6, Katha starts at 7. There will be a break between 9 and 9:30 for the first arati. If you cannot stay until midnight and you have to leave due to medical reasons or whatever the reasons may be, don't tell me it's work the next day because I'm not buying it. So if you have to leave because of medical purposes only, then you can leave between 9 and 9:30, and then Katha continues Saturday evening from 7 to 9 and Sunday morning from 9 until midday. Sunday morning we'll be finishing with Gayatri Havan. Please bring with you 4 ingredients, your Havan Samagri, your ghee, a dry coconut and camphor, right? Once again, devotees, thank you for your air listening so attentively today, and we will see you back tomorrow evening. Prem se bolo Shiva ki Bihari Lal ki Jai.
Prem se bolo Vyas Maharaj ki Jai. Once again, again, we'd like to thank you all for joining us, and don't be Rakshas. Rakshas covered for themselves, saving all the blessings, all the good stuff for themselves. Tell your friends, your family, to tell their friends and their families to come. We see only one half of the Mandir full. You got this whole half empty. So tell your friends